Ohio State quarterback Dwayne Haskins has reportedly scheduled a visit with the Redskins in the coming days as next month's draft draws near. ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter reported that Haskins has scheduled workouts with the Oakland Raiders and the Miami Dolphins, and has visits lined up with the aforementioned Redskins, as well as the Denver Broncos and the New York Giants. In coming days, Ohio State QB Dwayne Haskins is scheduled to work out for Raiders and Dolphins in Columbus, and then he's also scheduled to visit the Redskins, Broncos and Giants. Per league sources, Adam Schefter, March 20, 2019. The Redskins have been linked to Haskins for some time now, and have reported interest if the dominoes fall in their favor. A graduate of the Bullis School in Potomac, MD, Haskins would fill a glaring need at quarterback for Washington. With Alex Smith doubtful for 2019 and potentially beyond, combined with neither Colt McCoy nor Case Keenum being long-term options for the Redskins under center, Haskins to Washington could become a reality if the Ohio State product slips or if the team decides to package their first-rounder, No. 15, with another selection that they have in their repertoire. Of the 5 clubs mentioned, the Raiders currently hold 3 first-round selections in this year's draft. Number 4, No. 24, and No. 27. Oakland currently has Derek Carr on the books for 2019. His $19.9 million salary became fully guaranteed on Feb. 6. Carr's contract runs through 2022, but the Raiders, armed with 3 selections, could potentially move up to take a signal caller in April to pair with their new star receiver, Antonio Brown. The Giants have shown interest in Haskins despite reportedly being tied to Eli Manning for the foreseeable future. Dave Gettleman's group is in possession of both their own first-round selection, No. 6, as well as the pick they acquired from the Cleveland Browns, No. 17. In exchange for Odell Beckham Jr., both the Dolphins and Broncos have opted to bring in veterans, Ryan Fitzpatrick and Joe Flacco, respectively, to fill their individual quarterback voids over the past few weeks, but are reportedly still interested in drafting a top prospect. More Redskins news. Will Grier becomes another top QB draft prospect linked to the Washington Redskins? A little more than a month away from the 2019 NFL Draft, the Redskins are one of several teams set to be in attendance at Grier's Pro Day at West Virginia on Thursday. But even more than just attending his Pro Day, the Redskins got a one-on-one meeting with him the night prior. Head coach Jay Gruden reportedly had dinner with the 6'2" passer on Wednesday. The Redskins were one of 3 teams that had or are scheduled to have individualized dinners according to NFL Network's Aditi Kinkawala. According to Ben Statig's latest mock draft, Grier is picked to be selected late in the 2nd round, going to the New England Patriots. He is the 5th QB in line to be drafted at pick No. 56. His last season, Morgantown saw Grier throw for 37 TDs and 8 INTs. He did so with a 67% completion mark and averaging 9.7 yards per attempt. It is nothing too out of the ordinary for a team to meet with a draft prospect. However, this is not the first QB that the Redskins are reported to be looking at. Projected top 5 pick Dwayne Haskins is another pass thrower that had Washington in the crowd at his pro day. Haskins is not likely to make the fall to No. 15 in the draft, unless of course, the team trades up. Grier, however, it's more than reasonable unless other teams get desperate at that position. More Redskins news. It's been quite the week for the Redskins and Ohio State quarterback Dwayne Haskins, the Buckeye star, who threw for 50 touchdowns in 2018, participated in his pro day on Wednesday and drew quite the crowd. Coaches, GMs and executives were there from a number of NFL teams, including Jay Gruden and Bruce Allen. Picked at twitter.com/SufoXE. Dan Steinberg, at DC Sportsblog, March 20, 2019. Of course they were. Haskins is arguably the best QB prospect in this class. He has prototypical size and a big arm, is accurate on his throws and doesn't turn the ball over much. You might get drafted after Oklahoma's Kyler Murray, but there are a few teams that prefer the bigger, stronger Haskins to the diminutive Heisman Trophy winner out of Oklahoma. Haskins seems unlikely to make it to the 15th pick, where the Redskins are currently slotted, but that didn't stop Sports Illustrated from putting the quarterback to Washington in their latest mock draft. Beyond that, ESPN reported that Haskins is set to visit the Redskins in the coming weeks. Add all of that up, and it's quite obvious the Redskins have real interest in Haskins. With a quarterback situation described kindly as in flux, Washington has to draft a rookie QB. Case Keenum and Colt McCoy are only under contract for the 2019 season, and while Alex Smith is guaranteed money for the next 2 years, nobody seems to know if he can ever play again. And let's be clear, while Haskins has plenty of potential, joining a team with 2 veteran signal callers might serve him well. He started just 1 year at Ohio State, and still seems raw when testing defenses. He has a big arm but not much mobility, and being thrust into a situation too early could thwart his development. As a thrower, Haskins is elite. As an athlete, Haskins is not. He ran a slow 40-yard dash and didn't seem particularly agile. He does move well inside the pocket, and that has worked out just fine for a number of big-time QBs. CBS reported that the Redskins have become enamored with Haskins and might consider moving up to draft him. Washington Senior VP of Player Personnel Doug Williams mentioned that trading up could be a possibility in the upcoming draft, and the Jets with the 3rd pick have long been rumored as willing partners to trade down. Moving up to the 3rd pick would take a lot, but keep in mind the history of the situation. Washington hasn't made the playoffs for 3 seasons, and the fans are growing increasingly frustrated. The last time Washington missed the playoffs 3 straight seasons. 2012, the same year they traded up to draft Robert Griffin III. More Redskins news.